Cool. Okay, so the first question, Tarek, is what community leadership support have you accessed? So things like training and that kind of thing.
Well, actually, before the CLA and before Heston West, I joined a charity called Arban, and they introduced me to Heston West. So Arban is similar to Heston West, where they run lots of activities and fundraising for other charities. And a guy called Taj, um, a guy called Taj, approached me and said, "Oh, you like apart from Arban, there's another charity that you would like to join," and it was Heston West Big Local, which I've never heard of before. And this guy Taj gets overexcited that he didn't even explain nothing about the charity. So I was like, "What shall I do?" So I called the number. Now Taj told me about about um about our bond community. So I rang the man of dreams, Taz, and he 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 told me about Heston West. So basically, Taj invited me to a fashion show. He told me he was doing something, but turned out it he didn't do nothing. So we just sat there and watched. So after that, I started something called Big Local Live Tarot's Community Podcast, where where I where I where I interview people around the country, hearing inspiring stories. One of the inspiring stories is that I joined the Leadership Academy. But just before I talk about the Leadership Academy, I want to talk about something before I did the Leadership Academy, which Kiva does not even know about, which I totally forgot to mention. I did the Eden Project program for, I did the virtual community camp. Virtual community camp is exactly the same as Leadership Academy. Basically, they teach you how to build a community, how to how to um, set up your own project, how to succeed when setting up a project. And going back to Leadership Academy, it's the same sort of process. The Leadership Academy has helped me a lot because we get one-to-one coaching throughout the program. We also got the opportunity to do interviews like these ones, which I didn't expect until they saw that I'm really good at interviews. Um, and it really helped me build my confidence. It gave me a lot of support. For example, after the program, so I did all the program. I went to an event with Kiva sitting in the corner there, trying to look cool. She came from Southeast and saw how I use my leadership skills. And the type of support I got is having an observation from Kiva of how I use my leadership skills. And how I used it is by interviewing people. So Kiva came down and I I learned how to interview people on camera. Now, this was my first time in a long time, not my first time, but in a long time interviewing people. Um, interviewing people, and it built my confidence. Also, it helped me talk to people that I didn't know. Normally, I'm a shy person, but when I did the observation, I felt different. I felt really confident because it built me as a person. Now, I'm going to tell you a story of why I joined the Leadership Academy. Most people think because I chose it, because I didn't choose it. Now, this is quite personal to me, but I'm going to tell you this. I was not allowed in school when I was young. I was treated badly. I was treated badly. And so my mum had to do a nursery. And in Lebanon, they don't like disabled people. So I decided to come to UK. So we managed to get the passport to come to UK. Then I suddenly wanted to go to school. We managed to apply to go to school. And first I went to Hunter Heath School, where I learned maths, English, all the subjects. And sadly, we had to go to Eastbourne to live there. And I did have a lot of friends in my old school in London. I do miss him. I had a friend that passed away, which I didn't know about, and I didn't even get to say goodbye. But then I'm so glad we came back to London because Eastbourne was not that interesting for people. Then I wanted to apply for college. I did a program called Project Search, which was an interesting program. I did HR. I did heritage video. I did all those subjects, but one of my favorites was HR because I got to learn how to do database and all that interesting thing with computers. Then I studied IT level 1, which I completed, and I felt so happy. I learned database. I learned the program Access. So I learned everything. Then from there, I met Arban, which was a charity that teach you how to cook, that teach you how to have a good job, and teach you how to make a CV. Now, having a CV is very important. I think it's important because you get a job, and it's a very important way in getting a job. So getting a job is not easy unless you have a CV because it shows that you really want the job. So that's the type of support I got. And what I think from doing my journey is I've achieved a lot because I don't know if I mentioned already, when I was young, I was too shy and too shy that I didn't want to talk to people. So yeah, so that's kind of my journey. But I forgot to mention also, I went to America and I was interviewed on KHTS 1220, which is a radio station from my relative. And he interviewed me live in person and from London to UK. So they had a phone attached, a cable attached to the phone. And they managed to interview me all the way from London to America. Not recorded, but live, which is scary. So, yeah. And then I got the idea of setting my own podcast. I was like, why not set up a podcast? So I came up with the idea of putting it out there. So I took it to Taz, my manager, and he put it together. So we managed to get funding and do it. Also, I did the type of support I got to that question. I did boccia event. Does anyone know what the boccia event is? Well, it's a game where you have the white ball on the floor and you hit the white ball and you throw the white ball to the closest ball ever. So that's how you play boccia. So basically, what I'm trying to say is you have two balls and you throw it on the floor and you have to see if you can get the ball that you throw on the floor closest to the white ball. Yeah. So I want to say how I built my confidence in all of this is I'm ready to go out there. If I had the opportunity and talk to BBC, thanks to Leadership Academy for giving me confidence, because like I'm talking to a random camera right now, I have the confidence to do anything.
Right. Thank you so much for sharing, Tarek. One last question. What other support or help or training might you benefit from now?
What I would benefit from now is go out there and find more people, more support, more connect with lots of radio stations. And I'm actually excited this month coming to go down to Connect. I will be down there at Connect. So I'm actually really excited to connect with people. And I've been trying to put my not a lot of people know actually. I attended a workshop recently with Peg Alexandra, I think her name is. And I attended, it's all about advertising on social media. I benefited from that quite a lot. So I hope to find even more workshops where I can connect with people. And I'm hoping to read my poem at Connect as well.
Thank you. Are there any further skills that you'd like to develop that you might need help with?
I would like to do more projects. I would like to do more projects and more find more organizations that I can connect with and other disabled homes that I can go to and do projects for them. And also next year we're gonna have a community garden. I'm looking forward to meet the royal family next year because they're going to open William and Kate, or William and Meghan, I'm not sure which one. They're going to open our new community garden, so I'm looking forward to that. And I would also like to, I know this is not the question, but I would also like to thank Kiva for doing this short film, even though she asked me too many questions, but I would also like to thank her for that.
Great, thank you so much, Tarek.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to stop the recording now, but if there's anything else you'd like to say?
Just thank you for this opportunity, Leadership Academy, and thank you, Eden Project, and thank you, Heston West and Arbonne for all the charities that I've worked with. It's been amazing.
Thank you.